Hello guys, it's been a long time since I posted a video on the channel, but I had some issues in real life. But from now on, there will be more regular videos uploaded on the channel. So in today's video, I want to show you how to switch weapons in 2D. So what does that mean? So basically I have this cartoon Viking right there. It's an awesome asset. I'll be putting the link in the description down below. Now this, where is it? Yes, this cartoon Viking has a couple of different animation. One of them is basically, let's see here, an axe, right? If I did that, you can see the axe animation, right? And it also have a gun, right? So how can I switch between those two poses, those two skills, right? I want to have the axe, and when I press a button or some kind of event happen, I switch to the axe or gun, between the axe or gun, right? So we are going to use something called animator layers. So you can see here in the animator tab, under the layers, there is a base layer and there is a plus button right there. So clicking on that one, we can make a new layer. So let's call this one gun. So the base layer is the axe and the other layer is the gun. So you can see here that there is a gun idle animation. I'll take it as a copy with the shoot animation, and I'm gonna copy those and I'm going to paste them here. I'll make this as the default state machine. Okay, that's basically it, right? So now here I have this base layer, and basically those layers can be overridden from this menu right there. You can see here that there's something called the weight. So the base layer doesn't have a weight, or the weight is set to 1 as a default. And now you can see there the gun layer have a weight of 0. The weight of 1 will be executed over the weight of 0. So basically, if the base layer, the axe layer, is weight 1 and the other layers is weight 0, the animations that are going to be played is the animations of the base layer. But if the base layer became 0 and the gun or any other layer became 1, then those animations are going to be played instead, right? So we want to do this, but through code, right? But now let's just put the Viking attack animation here, right? And we are going to make a couple of parameters. Let's say there is a bool called run. So if you want to know everything about animations, I have already made a video about that one. I will be posting the link at the top right of the screen. And now I have an attack trigger. Also, I have shown you how to make melee attacks and run moving characters in 2D. So I'm going to also post the links. And you can see here that between the Viking attack, actually we don't need the run. Or how many animation did I make? Okay, we don't need the run for the sake of simplicity. We are just going to switch between those and attack, right? Here I'm going to disable the exit time and put the condition as attack. Okay. Here I'm going to put the exit time as 1. And from here I'm going to do exactly the same. So you can see the animation is being triggered, 2 animations with one trigger. So as I said, we need to override one of them. Okay, so we are basically done here. We are going to go to the coding part. I'm just going to close this one. I'm going to go up there, and the first thing we have to do is a bool. And this bool is called, or actually no, I have to make an int, and this int is called current weapon number, right? So this is initialized as 0. Why do I need that bool, that int? Basically, I'm going to make a new void here called change weapon. This is a new method of type void. For now, I may change this to coroutine, but let's just, or actually I should change it to coroutine from now. I wanted to show you something first, but it doesn't really matter. So here I'm going to call the animator and say set layer to layer weight. Set layer weight, as you can see here, it takes a layer index and the weight, which is between 0 and 1, as I explained earlier. So I want to pass basically the first off the layer index of the weapon or the layer I want to disable, and then the layers that I want to enable, right? So this is really what we need to do. So I make an if statement. I will make an if statement saying that if current weapon number is equal to 0, so this is the base layer. If I am at the base layer, right, what I want to do, okay, just wait a second. If I am at the current weapon at the base layer, I want to make a +1 to the current weapon number, right? And I want to say animator dot set layer weight to the current weapon number, okay, -1 to 0. So this is going to make the current weapon number to 1 and set the base layer to 0. And now I'm going to just duplicate this and say the current weapon number is set to 1, right? This is just really simple. Now I'm going to say else. So if the current weapon doesn't equal to 0, so we have only 2 layers. If you have more complicated set of layers, you can just basically say a couple of if statements, if, else if, and then else, and you can go here. But for our case in the showcase video, I'm going to make 2 layers. So here we want to actually lower the current weapon number, so we are going to lower it by 1, and I'm going to just drag, copy those, and boom. So now I lowered this, so I want to actually to put the animator.set layer weight to the current weapon number -1. Not exactly. You can see here that this is a little bit different. I want to do actually the opposite of here. I want to say that +1, the current weapon number +1 is going to be set to 0, and the current weapon number is going to be set to 1. And that's basically it. Okay, so this should be about right. And now I'm going to the update method, and I'm going to get my input. I want to get key down, keycode.c, right, for change weapon, and I'm going to invoke the method called change weapon, and that's basically it. Now that's basically it. We don't need to do anything else. We have an attack animator set trigger. I'm going to put this as attack and instantiate. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going to showcase the animator first off. You can see here that the animation is set to the X idle right now, and now I'm going to hit C. Boom. Okay, that's it. Of course, I just made a little bit of a mistake right there. Sorry. So this should be actually the attack, and this one should be the one with the exit time. Okay, that's it. Now hit C and boom. You can see it just, I'm just changing between my poses right now. So I want to actually show you one more thing, which is the attack, right? I'm just going to delete this and I'm going to say if current weapon number, if current weapon number is equal to 0 and instead else. So if current weapon number is equal to 0, but this is going to be, so if current weapon number is equal to 0, what I want to do is just set trigger, animator dot set trigger to attack, right? And I'm just going to copy and paste. I'm going to change this to avoid, and I'm also going to change the input up there. Where is it? There is no attack, really? Whoa. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm just going to say if input dot get key dot key down key code key code dot, come on man, key code dot space bar space. I'm just going to say attack. Okay, that's basically it. So just a little bit of a point. I'm just gonna make a point right there. So if current weapon number is equal to 0, there is a melee attack, so you just have to put the code of the melee attack right there, right? Now if it's not equal to 0, so I have the gun in my hand, you just have to put the code of arranged attack, because it's a gun, right? I've already made 2 videos about this topic, one for ranged and one for melee. You can just check those out, and that's basically it. And I'm going to run. You can see here, boom, there is an attack, right? And now I'm gonna change and boom, there is another attack. So I just want to show you one last thing, just a quality of life change. If you want to put the code of the attack, you can actually do this right there. So when he hit, there's something called events. So you're gonna click on add event, and you are going to make an event here. Let's say void melee attack. Okay, you're gonna put some kind of code down there. Let's say blah blah blah, whatever code you're gonna put for your melee attack, right? And you are going to go here. Okay, I'm just gonna have to save. You're gonna go back to the animator, and you are going to pick the melee attack, right? Sorry, you're going to pick the melee attack. So this is going to execute the code as you want, right? And this basically it. You are good to go with your animator layer. You can basically change and make any other kind of code or any other kind of animations through this simple code. You just have to check for the current weapon number. Okay, you have already put the system for the current weapon number, and just have to check if the current weapon number is equal to 0. You're just going to put right the melee kind of code, and if it's not 0, it's 1 or 2 or whatever your animator layers is, you're just going to put the ranged code. And that's basically it for today's video. If you found this video informative, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos like this one. So cheers, good night.